Hi guys, never boring. Tuesday the 17th of March 2020. Day 4 of the 25 by 25 push-up challenge. Today was a good day, only about 5-6 hours work for me, and then came home and had a bit of a relaxing time for myself. And it's rare enough that that happens, so I made the most out of it. And it was just beautiful. It took a bit of time out. And Dan had a fantastic evening by just cooking. Had roasted chicken, we had some yummy roasted veggies. And when I cook, then I typically cook a bit bigger. It just makes sense to me. If I get my fingers dirty, let's do it right. So we had a huge tray of roasted veggies. We had a whole big tray full of rice. And together with the chicken, I mean, that's 2 chicken roasted. That is how many? 12 portions, 14 portions, something like that. So it's actually quite nice. So economy gastronomy. It might be something really quite cool for you guys to rethink and get into. Behind me you can see that I've got 2 huge stock pots on the go. So disaster preparedness in a very practical term. The carcasses of the chicken are in there together with the holy trinity of onions, celery and carrots, and some herbs and lots of water, and it's going to be boiled now for 24 hours. It is something that we use a lot. It's beautiful, healthy chicken stock. And you don't need to buy it for $5 in a supermarket. You can make 20 liters behind me with very little expense after you've had your roast chicken. So guys, so many cool things you can do to stretch the money that you have got and to make the most out of potentially hard times. Here in New Zealand, more and more people are getting quarantined. Everyone who's coming in is forced to do 2 weeks of self-quarantine, and there is a lot of question marks, a lot of doubts with regards to business, etc. So, funny times, strange times that force us to step back and look after ourselves. And maybe this is the big lesson here, to actually step back, look at your own life. If you're still drinking, now might be the really good time to actually stop. What I'll do tomorrow, we'll talk about stopping and the problem of withdrawal, and I explain what it is and why it's not so clever to just do it. Just stop and go through that medical emergency. You don't need to, there are ways around it. We'll talk that tomorrow. But it is, it's soul searching. What are you doing if you're quarantined? What are you doing for 2 weeks? What are you doing if you have got some forced leave to take? Or worse, if you are actually laid off, if you're made redundant? A lot of people will end up on the crossroads, and it's a very important thing for you to realize that and think, what will I do? How will I get through that? Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, what do you need to survive? And financially, what can you do right now to maybe stretch the money a little bit and have a bit of preparedness there. As an example, yes, you can buy your rice as 500 gram bags or in fancy little bags that you just put in there and it gives you 2 portions. Or you could go and buy a 20 kilogram bag of rice, which will cost not so much more, and hell, that sees you through for quite some time. So maybe buy a sack of rice. Maybe buy a sack of lentils, high protein content and lots of Indian recipes that you can work with, etc., etc. So put a few things, simple things down. Toilet paper, okay, yes, enough jokes out there after the Australians have beaten themselves stupid over toilet paper. By the way, the Google search for bidet has gone through the roof over the last 2 days. So whoever is making bidets out there, you're going to be gazillionaires in a little wee while. So good on you guys. Anyhow, so that's where we are. Tuesday 17th. Look after yourselves out there. Look after your nutrition and go back to basics. Learn to cook and make sure that you're actually putting a bit of spinach into the garden. You really need that stripy lawn. Or maybe might it be time to actually dig it over and have a few rows of simple stuff that you can actually eat. Might be worthwhile. So look after yourself. We'll talk more disaster preparedness and we will talk more mental health and more things after I've done yet another 25 push-ups. Guys, look after yourself, look after your nutrition and have a great time. See you tomorrow, guys.